Mama suffers after her husband ejects her and their 2 children. He returns to her a year later, ill-groomed. Tale of the day. When a lady learned of her husband's extramarital affair, she and her kids were forced to leave their home. She battled to provide for her family after being forced to move in with her elderly grandfather, but she had no idea what would occur a year later. This is my house, and you have no way to win without me paying for a lawyer. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. Molly found out that Sheldon, her husband, had been unfaithful, and after a heated argument, he shouted at her. He was able to make things right somehow and hold her responsible for everything. As a mother and housewife, Molly took great care of everything and treated her husband like a king. But for some reason, it was insufficient and he had to find another lady. The worst part was that when she insisted on an explanation, he threatened to throw her out of their house. "This is our house," Molly yelled back. "Our home for the kids. Sheldon, what do you think you're doing here?" "Leave," she yelled, echoing what she had heard him say only a year before. "It doesn't concern me. Take the brats with you when you go. I'm embarking on a new journey. I'll make sure you live a miserable life for the rest of it if you don't leave by tonight. I'll take the kids and raise them with my new partner. I'm going to ruin everything. Leave like hell." Sheldon let out a scream, his mouth spitting profusely. This was a major wake-up call for her because she had never seen him like this. She was deeply terrified by his genuine threats. She thus piled everything she could, including their 2 kids, into her minivan and drove off in a matter of 3 hours. Her grandpa Maximilian's home was their only option. Even though he only had a little home with 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, he was still delighted to help her because he was the only family she had. He wisely informed her, "We will make do," and Molly nearly burst into tears. It was the first time in her life that she had to go job hunting. Despite her youth, she lacked education and experience after becoming pregnant and being married at the age of 18. Her major talents were in cooking and housekeeping. She obtained employment as a chef at a nearby Waffle House, and she spent her afternoons cleaning houses in her grandfather's neighborhood. Fortunately, her grandfather watched the kids all day long and didn't complain. Regretfully, her job was not enough to pay the mounting debts. She was aware that she needed to find better employment, possibly at a posh restaurant. However, she was abruptly turned away at the door when she attempted to apply to one. When Molly sought to acquire a job at a luxury eatery in downtown Chicago, the manager encouraged her to consider going to culinary school and gaining several years of experience before we can consider your application. However, she was certain she couldn't afford culinary school, so she checked her bank account on her phone. She had an idea, but there was hardly enough to last the remainder of the month. It was a risk, but a potentially profitable one. Molly told herself, "I have to do this," dashed to the store, picked up a variety of products, and headed home. Using what she had learned from watching culinary channels, she made the greatest feast. She had to learn since her terrible spouse liked fine things, but detested paying for meals out. The next day, she prepared it, walked straight to the expensive place's rear, and located the chef. Molly told him a little about herself and how much she wanted a better paid job, and she urged him to try her meal. She was shocked to learn that the chef loved her meal and that they had lately lost 1 assistant cook. Molly was so given a probationary period of employment. The proprietor of the business was pleased by her rapid learning curve and paid for her to attend culinary school. She outperformed all of the younger pupils and eventually became the expensive restaurant's sous chef, which allowed her to leave her job as a cleaner. She was soon leading the greatest life possible when she was able to rent a home close to her grandfather, who continued to watch her every day. Molly was quite happy despite the fact that it was hard work and she was frequently fatigued. When her ex-husband unexpectedly turned up on her grandfather's doorway one evening when she was picking up the kids, that was an additional surprise. "Sheldon, what do you think you're doing here?" "Leave," she yelled, echoing what she had heard him say only a year before. "Please, Molly, I've missed the kids and I miss you, my ex. She stole everything. I made a huge mistake. It was a huge error," he said. Molly tried to control her rage as she concentrated on him. Sheldon had a terrible appearance. His face was pallid and his hair appeared disheveled, as though he had touched it all. Presumably, he never learned how to do washing because his clothing were rumpled and dirty. Molly reflected on how, since they were married, he had always worn formal attire, and she had to handle his clothing as though they were made of the finest silk. "Look at him now," she said to herself, smiling. The farther he went into detail, the more disturbed he sounded. His former partner, with whom he had an extramarital affair, persuaded him to provide her complete access to everything, and she pilfered his years of savings as well as his assets, which included the jewels his mother had bequeathed. He called the police as Molly had instructed, but it would take some time. Sheldon said, "I wanted to ask for your help because I heard you're doing fine now." Molly straightened her posture. She questioned cynically, "So you want help now when you're most vulnerable?" But he quickly nodded, not understanding her tone. Maximilian intervened before Molly could fulfill her desire, giving Sheldon a shady glance and ejecting him from his home. After slamming the door shut on his face, he washed his hands. Molly gave a knowing smile. "Sheldon, move on, Molly," she cried out through the door. "Never come back." And Sheldon became silent. In a few minutes he departed, and they never saw him again. After a while, Molly rose to the position of head chef at the eatery, and her children enjoyed happy childhoods thanks to the guidance of their grandfather, who lived to be 16 years old. Both lads never required anything from the father who had expelled them. He was their father figure. What lessons may we draw from this tale? Karma operates in enigmatic ways. When Sheldon needed them a year later, he treated his family the same way he had thrown them out of their home. If you put in the effort and are determined, you can overcome anything. Molly had to fend for herself after being expelled, and although it was difficult, she put up a lot of effort. Talk about this tale with your companions. It might motivate them and make their day better. Any similarity to real names or places is entirely accidental. All pictures are just meant to serve as examples. Tell us your tale, and perhaps it will make a difference in someone's life. Please get in touch if you want to share your tale. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.